Fall and spooky season are right around the corner, and I wanted to share with you some books that are on my radar to read during those months. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over 10 books that I want to read over the fall and spooky season months. I don't read a whole lot of horror, so these are going to be dark fantasy or books that give me that fall or cozy vibe. A lot of these are dark, a lot of these are fantasy romance, but they kind of give me those feels, right? Where I want to cozy up with the book, or it makes me think of the fall time, and I'm pretty excited to share these with you. Before I get into all 10 of these books, always make sure that you are liking and subscribing. It really helps my channel out. Also, make sure you check my description box for all of my links to all my Goodreads, my Pango Books account, my Patreon, Bookish Box Ambassador link, and so much more down there. The first book that I have on this list is Nectar of the Wicked by Ella Fields. I have seen so many people talking about this book, that it's really good, and I have seen some negative reviews, but way more positive than anything. This gives me more of like a fall vibe. I have been desperate to get to this book, so of course over the next 3 months I'm hoping that I can get to it. Basically, you are following our female main character where she is a changeling, and for many years she really hasn't been wanted, has no name. All of a sudden this fairy shows up, kind of taunting her in a way, but now is telling her that she has to marry him. And whenever she gets back to this place, she starts unraveling different things that she didn't know about. So I can't wait to dive into this book. The next book that I have on this list is The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. I really don't know much about this book. I know that there's a lot of people out there that have loved this book, continued on with the series. I haven't really read a full synopsis or paid much attention to it because I didn't want to get spoilers or anything from their vlogs. This is like a dark fantasy. It deals with gods and monsters because it's a gods and monsters series. I am desperate to know what is happening in this world. Why are people loving this book so much? I think the third book just came out, possibly. So I really want to get into this. I don't want to fall too far behind. This just gave me, I don't know, fall spooky vibes. If the art isn't, much to tell on, and it really isn't dark and twisted or a dark fantasy, then I may be wrong, but I feel like I'm pretty sure that it's a dark fantasy. The next one on this list is If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. I've had this book for several months now. It came in a fairy loot box, and I want to say maybe at the end of last year, possibly. This book is all the spooky vibes and everything, but like in a cute, funsy way, where our girl, she's trying to focus on her schooling, trying to get the extracurriculars done so she can get into a good college. And as she's walking through the school, she finds the body of a very popular guy named Zach. The twist is she can see and talk to ghosts, so he is wanting her to resurrect him, and he keeps following her around. I hear that their banter is really good. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this book, so that's why it has me intrigued, but I couldn't pass up this beautiful edition. And on the back of here it says, "I'll haunt you for the rest of your life. You wouldn't dare try me." So this sounds like it's going to be really good, like some good banter, some good chemistry between the two characters. What better way than her talking to dead ghosts would it fit into the spooky season vibe? The next one I have been holding on to since the beginning of the year until spooky season and fall time comes around, and that is Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. This book gives me all of the spooky season vibes, the fall cozy vibes, because our girl is whisked away in the woods, told that she has to have a year of servitude to this creature, this guy, this monster, we don't know, and she is unraveling things about her past. And everyone talks about how if you go into the woods most people never return. This seems like a very creepy foresty vibe, and I can't wait. I got this from Waterstones, and I have been desperate for these months to come around because I've been wanting to read it, and now is the time. Now I finally get to dive into this world. Up next is a extremely dark romance, but that is Hunt Me Darling by Marie Rose. This is just a little book, but the reason why I put it on for these months is because she is an FBI profiler, and she is trying to track down these two killers that kill together. And whenever she does track them down, somehow she is kidnapped with them, captured with them, something happens, and our girl gets twisted up with them. So it is giving me kind of the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. It is giving me, you know, kind of like Butcher and Blackbird vibes. So I'm like, you know, this is perfect for the October spooky season vibe. The next one up on the list is Die For You by Lauren Jackson. I have heard a lot of good things about this book. It is dark. It has spice in it. I think it also deals with possibly like a vampire or a vampiric creature, and he is hunting her down. She wants him, but she doesn't know why she wants him. Gives me those cozy vibes, right? And of course, I love anything that deals with like vampires or vampiric creatures. So I wanted to put this on my fall spooky time list because I'm just desperate to get to it, and I feel like the synopsis of this book and the title of this book fit very well. And the next one is an absolute perfect read during this time, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I haven't read a single book in this 4-book set series that she has, and now's the time. Now is the time to dive into them. Maybe if I read this one, I'll end up just continuing on with the rest of the books because they do fit in that spooky vibe setting. But this one is about our girl who grew up in a life of privilege, but she wants to be like a doctor or like an examiner or something like that. So she sneaks away to her uncle's laboratory to kind of work on the dead creatures, study them, kind of like for forensic practices. And she gets caught up in this string of murders, trying to help getting them solved. It has a Victorian setting. I'm excited, and I like Carrie Maniscalco, but I will see if I end up liking her YA series or like her younger setting series, but I can't wait to get into this book or maybe this series. The next one is My Dark Beast by Olivia Wildenstein. This is a Sleeping Beauty meets Hades and Persephone retelling. What perfect time to read about this then. I don't know much about it. I don't want to know much about it because Olivia Wildenstein is one of my favorite authors. I want to go in entirely blind. I don't want to know much about it, but just those vibes alone make me desperate to get to it. And this is one of her newest releases that came out earlier this year, and I can't wait to get to this book. The second to last book that I have on this list has been going viral everywhere, and now I'm like, I need to put this on my list. It is a dark fantasy romance, has me getting all the cozy vibes for the fall time, and that is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I cannot wait. People have been raving about it. People have been talking about how good it is. So I am desperate to dive into this world, see how unique the cast of character is and the plots are. That's all that I gotta say. It's been going viral. I don't want to know much more about it because I want to be entirely blind going in, but I have a feeling that with me hyping it up as much as I have, I don't want to be let down. So I'm really hoping that this book is going to be a 4 or higher star reading for me. The final book that I am putting on this list that I want to get to this fall and spooky season is perfect. It just fits fits into the vibes like as if this season was made for just this story. And that is Hollow by Karina Halley, which is a Sleepy Hollow retelling. It is a duology, and I can't wait to get to this. I mean, not even just the story, not even just it being Sleepy Hollow, but look at the vibes nonetheless. I can't wait. You have like the Headless Horseman up here. I cannot wait to get into this. I am a huge Karina Halley fan. I really like her dark and twisty type stories, so I can't wait to get into this book and finally read this duology. Alright everyone, I know that was a much shorter video than what you are used to, but I wanted to kind of show you what's been on my radar for the next couple months because it's going to be the fall time. We're going to go into spooky season. I just want atmospheric books to put me in the mood, keep me reading. And since I don't read horror books, I always look for more darker themed books and ones that maybe aren't too light and fluffy to kind of get me in and settled into the season. Now, I may or may not read any of these. I may read all of them. I have been mood reading lately and absolutely loving it. We'll see whenever September and October's wrap up comes out and see how many of these I read. But let me know down below, are there any books that you are looking forward to this fall or spooky season? And if you want to let me know that you are still here for this video, please leave a pumpkin emoji down below. It is almost time, you guys. Fall is upon us, and I know I can't wait, and I'm pretty sure you can't either. But until next time, everyone, I will see you then. Bye!